if your puff puff sometimes turns hard, dense, or raw in the middle, today I'm going to show you how to achieve a simple, fluffy, soft, and well cooked puff puff every single time. Puff puff looks very easy to make, but I have learned over the years that you just need to master the technique of texture and temperature. And when you have mastered this, you will be able to get it right all the time. So in today's video, I'm going to try to show you how I achieve this. So let's go straight into the ingredients. So for today's recipe, I'm going to be working with 250 grams to 300 grams of flour. This is about 2 cups of flour. And then I'm going to be using some sugar. This is about 50 grams of sugar. But for the sugar, you can go according to your taste bud. If you have too much sweet tooth, you can increase your sugar as much as you want. And then I'm going with just half teaspoon of salt, and then I'll be using dry yeast. This is 7 grams of dry yeast. So for this quantity of flour, you can use between 4 grams of yeast to 7 grams of yeast. Normally, I work with a kilo of flour because I always make large batch, a kilo of flour upwards. But for this recipe, I'm going to show you how to make something as small as this. So to enhance the flavor of your puff puff, you can either go in with half a tablespoon or half a teaspoon or a teaspoonful of nutmeg. This will depend on how strong you want it flavored and also the quantity of the flour you're working it. Or you can go in with vanilla. Sometimes I go in with vanilla because my kids, they love the vanilla flavor in their puff puff, but me, I prefer a neutral puff puff. Now let's move over to the mixing of the dough, which I'm going to share with you a very important tip for you to know that your puff puff is going to turn out well. So now our yeast and sugar is well mixed. The reason why I combine the sugar and the yeast together is because the sugar is going to feed the yeast and is going to help to activate the yeast. If you are not really sure to go with combining the dry ingredients together, this is another method you can use. This will make you to have a calm mind knowing that your yeast is okay. So we're just going to let this sit for a while. And when you see bubbles on it, then you know that your heat is alive, it's active. So you can now take this liquid and introduce into your flour. So that's why if you are working with a recipe of 250 grams, you can always reserve like 10 grams or 2 tablespoons of your flour aside if that's all you have. In case your water measurement doesn't quite hit, you can go ahead and add half a teaspoon of flour or 1 tablespoon of flour just to make sure that it's balanced. So I like to go in with my hand and kind of beat it like this. I'm just incorporating air into it. Now I have the right consistency. You see that it's dropping, but it's not running. You want to make sure that there's no dry flour at the bottom of your bowl. And you see now the texture is okay. It's not too fast, the running, and it doesn't feel too light in my hand. Can you see the bubbles already? And so you just want to place this in a dry, warm, dark area, preferably in your oven. I'm just going to pop that in there and let it sit. Now the time is 1:25, so you guys can see 1:25. So yeah. Okay, so this is the final puff puff. It feels very good. It feels light. It's crunchy on the outside, and then it's not hard inside. So that's how you want your puff puff to be. And if you give it a bite, maybe you can get the crunchiness from it. This is amazing. This is what you want to get from your puff puff. It's not thick in the inside, it's not raw in the inside. When you cook it, you open, you can still see some holes there. That's the best way I can explain, which means it expands. And this is when you master your heat. When your temperature is perfect, you're going to have this kind of puff puff. So it's not too cold, it's not too hot, because when it's too cold, it's going to absorb so much oil. And when it is too hot, it's going to cook very fast. It will be raw inside, and your puff puff will not expand from the inside. So you're going to lose the texture from the inside and also the texture of the skin. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you like it, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you next Sunday in my kitchen. If you're wondering why I'm talking like this, my entire family is by that side, eating the puff puff and looking at me. You can breathe. Really?
No, all of us, we held our breath. It was only Ryan that we were trying to shoot him.
It's Ian's pom pom. Nobody should touch it.